your selection now.
Hey everybody, welcome back to C&C Stream Factory. I'm Charkie, and with me is, hey Cass.
Yeah?
I think I messed up.
Yeah, this feels a little off. It's another fine mess you've gotten us into.
So I figured I'm the one actually hosting and streaming this time. So I told, OBS to flip it. Because, I'm the one doing it instead of you, and I think I might have misinterpreted flip.
Yeah, this is usually why I'm in charge of these sorts of things. We're gonna have to fix this on the fly. So let's get OBS open.
I'll learn. I got this. Don't worry, folks.
Wait, no, not that button.
No, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. See, it's fine. All works out.
Yeah, it looked worse than it actually felt. I feel okay right now. I feel pretty good. Hey. So, welcome back to C&C Stream Factory. Hello, Charkie.
Hello, Cass.
What are you playing for us? What are we watching? I'm in the co-pilot seat today, and it feels a little weird. So
it feels weird hosting too. But today we're going to be playing Bleed 1 and 2, both of them, because pretty short. This might actually be a little bit of a shorter stream than usual. Let me just pull up my info right here, although I'm pretty sure I remember it. Bleed is a duology of games by Boot Disc Revolution, and Boot Disc Revolution is a solo dev. His name's Ian Campbell. Yeah, my list actually isn't coming up, so I'm just going to do this off of memory. Ian Campbell is currently the lead developer over at Drinkbox Studios. He's worked on Guacamelee 2 and Nobody Saves the World. But these are some of his earlier projects, and I love these games. I've played them like at least once a year. I lost my saves.
Considering the first one came out 2012, so that's been like 11 years and counting, give or take, or?
I don't know when I got the first one, but it was not long after release. But yeah, I lost my saves at some point, so I have like incomplete saves right now. But they're semi-complete saves, so we can look at some more weapons than you would normally start with. But let's get right into it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this because these are not games I've played or even necessarily heard of. I think I own one of them, but just never really pondered it in my library. And if there's one thing that people know about me, it's that I'm a fan of girls with guns.
Yes.
It is a simple pleasure, and it is something I will invest heavily in. And to know that there was and I think it's 2 guns too. Does the character in this game not carry 2 pistols at once too? Which
you have a lot of options for guns, and so let's just jump right into it. Should be popping up on stream, hopefully.
With any luck at all.
Yep, there it is. 20
now, I'm not
XDX,
seeing
the Age of Heroes. I'll get that in a sec. A time where worm and dragon were cherished alike for acts of valor and charm. Those most beloved were immortalized in a shrine dubbed the Hall of Heroes. It was a time of great deeds. But the year is now 21 XDX. The Hall of Heroes echoes with age. No one has been inducted for 100 years. The old heroes are becoming myth, content to live off the fame of their past glories.
Well, that's no good.
It is time they were exposed for what they have become. Time the world remembered what a true hero looks like. It is time for someone to wipe the slate clean.
Better late than never, I suppose.
Alright, so let me get this out to you, Cass. The intros are kind of like timed. Like, the music will go, but the video will stop if I alt-tab out, so for the sake of the viewers.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Okay.
Alright, I'm seeing it.
Oh, wait, let me also put OBS back up on top so I can see OBS doing things. Okay. So yeah, Bleed. This is a completed save file. It's not all the way completed, but if we go to story, you're going to see all the levels, and most of the shop is sold out. So
New Game Plus is what we're getting here, a New Game Plus experience.
Like, the idea is you're going to play these levels on every difficulty to unlock more and more stuff. But just a little bit more backstory. We are playing as Rin, that's her, W-R-Y-N, and she wants to become the greatest hero of all time. And the easiest way to do that is to kill every other hero that exists.
Now, I don't play too many video games, but is this not the plot to No More Heroes?
No, in that game you wanted to be the #1 assassin. You know, a bad guy. You want to be the hero here.
And sure, and the best way to do that is by killing the other heroes.
Yeah, so by default, you are the only hero left. And
that sounds heroic. That sounds nice and heroic to me. That sounds like, becoming of a protagonist.
So Jack, it says press tab on level select for lore. Yep, you can also press Y on the Xbox controller, which I'm using. The Blob, Guppy, a charming and resourceful slug who starred in a popular series of collectathon games. With the help of his kitty pals, Guppy saved his family business by collecting discarded items from around the world and turning them into marketable products. He has since retired quietly to a large estate. Sorry, let's just jump right into it. We're going to play both of these games just on hard difficulty.
Better safe than sorry, for the sake of the stream.
Yeah. Storm the opulent manor and take out Guppy, the slug-like 6th best hero of all time. So, quick parameter and controls. So first of all, change my weapons out. So we're going to start with the dual pistols and the rocket launcher, kind of like your default loadout. So, movement. Left trigger is slow time, and you see we have our time bar up there. Jump is on right trigger. And then right thumbstick is just aim and you'll automatically shoot. And that's kind of it. Oh, except for the fact that you have triple air dash.
When 2 isn't enough.
Yeah. This game does have like a style rank kind of thing, almost kind of like a Devil May Cry. There was a recent Sakurai video where he was saying like, hey, when you elevator pitch your games, don't compare them to other games, because people can be like, why don't I play that game instead? For me, as someone not pitching a game concept, I think it's easier for me to kind of compare things to other things.
Sure, if you're trying to come up with a point of comparison for viewers, but also I don't know if that advice is good advice to developers, because if you're pitching to an executive in an elevator, if you're pitching to a guy who is just like a money guy who doesn't play games, be like, hey, this is like Modern Warfare and that game's successful. We can be successful too, but
dare you question Sakurai?
Yeah, I suppose I'd get killed for that online, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I suppose
So,
I'll never work in this town again.
I've described this game as sort of like a mix of Devil May Cry, Gunstar Heroes, and Beautiful Joe. Whoops. I got Donkey Kong there.
That's why you're a D right now, D for Donkey Kong.
I'll get the C for cat if I kill enough of them. There we go. So, this first game was released originally in 2012 on
December
Xbox.
12th.
Yeah. On Xbox Live Indie Games. If you remember that service.
Oh, this is XSplig? This is an XSplig game?
This is an XSplig game. It was then released on Steam the next year. And I believe everything in this game was made by Ian Campbell.
Yeah, he seems to be the sole developer from the bit I researched here, that he is the entirety of Boot Disc Revolution. I was completely unaware this was a Xbox Live indie game.
So, by the way, right bumper changes between my weapons.
And so what do you have on hand, besides these dual pistols? Why would you need anything more than dual pistols, honestly?
Well, you'll see another weapon I think you're gonna like, even though I don't like it. But we'll get to the other weapons in the next stage. We'll pick between them what we want to do. Also have the advantage of kind of knowing generally
what's coming
better.
and when. Yeah.
Also, teaching you that you have a wall jump. Just like Eagle Raptor said, this is the best way to teach somebody. Oh. Yeah.
Subtitles at the bottom of the screen.
When those pop up, I'll, take care of it.
Yeah, we ducked out of the way. Perfect.
Alright, and here we go. First boss.
Hedonistic has-been. So is that a big old shotgun, or...?
That is a rocket launcher.
Okay, oh yeah, they have in the top right corner, they tell you what it is. Okay, very good. Can you rocket jump in this? Or is that just completely unnecessary given your air dashing?
Yeah. Given my mobility, I don't think I need the help. And, like, the real aim to this game, like, it's not... I don't think this game is that hard to beat, especially if you're playing on, like, lower difficulties. But what you're really going for is your ranks. And also, there are other modes, and we'll take a brief look at other modes besides story mode that are there to, like, really test your, like, abilities. There we go. Level clear, S rank. At least S rank on...
That's how you kill a hero.
S rank on style. I could have done better on probably points and not getting hit. Sorry. Let's move on to the worms. The worms, Gibby and Stu. A brave pair of puzzle platforming heroes who prove that true love surpasses time and space. When Stu was captured by a nefarious exotic bait company, Gibby crossed land and sea to be reunited with her lover. Together, they took down the evil corporation and disappeared to their fiery natural habitat.
And now it's time to kill them.
Yep. No more heroes. Because it's us. We're the hero. The slimy 5th best heroes of all time. Before this level really gets going, let's check our weapons. So, our other weapons are a laser rifle, a katana, a revolver, remote mines, a flamethrower, a shotgun, homing missiles, akimbo pistols, which is different than dual pistols, a chainsaw, and I have to clear very hard on the save, which I have not done, unfortunately.
Alright, so let me see these akimbo pistols,
so
if you don't mind.
Akimbo pistols.
And the revolver, of course. What does the SA indicate?
This is a bad loadout. I actually don't remember what
Single
SA
action
stands for. Yeah, that's what it is. That is what it is. Thank you. Now that I think about how those weapons work, yes. Okay, so done.
Yakut's in the chat says it stands for semi-automatic, which I guess it means you have to click it, you have to shoot it every time.
Yep, that also works. So akimbo pistols, you are always firing in opposite directions.
So gun kata.
Yes. And then revolver. No, I don't have to do it every time, but maybe that's different on a mouse. Oh, but it does reflect.
Ricochet?
Yep, like any good revolver, it has ricocheting bullets. I'm, wow, getting my ass kicked trying to explain stuff in play.
It's not as easy as it sounds, is it?
Yeah,
it's not
I know. I stream in the Discord all the time, and...
This is what I call show jitters.
Yeah. Akimbo pistols, honestly, not that great. It's very, very, very situational, and I don't think I found the situation where it's good.
Surrounded on both sides.
That doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, it seems like you're mostly scrolling in one direction. Things aren't ambushing you from behind, necessarily. Maybe the elevator would have been useful because you're going down, things are coming from the top, and so on and so forth. Yeah, but I'm also,
like, jumping around quite a bit, and... Oh god, I'm gonna lose a life already. Yeah, like, areas like this, there are better weapons to use to clear things out.
Yeah, I really gimped you on this one, huh?
Yeah. We'll get through. If I die, then, I'll...
if they
maybe
die,
switch out this
die.
one pistol. Also, there's no health regen, so if you just keep your life throughout the level. There are checkpoints, so it's not like you have to start over. But you gotta, try harder not to die if you want to get a no-death run.
So let me ask this, because I am curious about this game, to be sure. I don't know how good at it I'd be. I'm not good at bullet hell generally, and I feel like this, you know, definitely is bullet hell adjacent from stuff I've seen of this game. I don't know if we've necessarily gotten there yet, but I know it's going to get there. So anyway, it was inevitable with those weapons I stuck you with.
Yep.
It does... This lady, you said Rin is her name?
Yeah, W-R-Y-N. I'm guessing the pronunciation on that. And I am changing my weapons.
Yeah, good time for it. Does she... What's her character?
Deadpool-esque. I might have unsold you on this game.
Yeah.
Not as bad.
I mean, whatever.
Not
it
as
can
bad.
be tolerated. It can certainly be tolerated. I'm just, you know...
Yeah. She's not all like chimichanga, haha, random stuff, but
Street Fighter!
She does make one explicit Deadpool reference, at least, if you die. But she's,
You ever read any of those Gwenpool comics?
I have not, actually.
They're okay.
Maybe Deadpool
that's a fine take on Deadpool.
Maybe Deadpool
it goes to show you can do a character that is, you know, quippy, that breaks a fourth wall without necessarily being insufferable, which is always good.
I was about to say maybe Deadpool-esque isn't fair, but no, she does break the fourth wall. She does kind of not give a shit about the people she's fighting, but...
And Jakutz puts in chat, she's just a bored girl who wants to make a name for herself and wants to expose villains for the wrongdoings.
Well, she's killing heroes.
Yeah, but it's in the service of giving the world a better class of hero, isn't it?
Mainly her, yeah. I'm doing bad. I'm gonna end this with D.
So I'm just curious about, now I'm thinking about like the Xbox Live indie game version of this. Do you know if there's any significant difference between that original release and the Steam release, or is this...
I don't know, and I actually honestly wouldn't think there would be, but I don't have both versions to compare them to.
Xbox Live indie games is such a fascinating facet of history, such a...
Oh, I love it.
And I just hope there's a way that that stuff has been preserved.
Damn it.
I don't know how you would. I don't know how you could load that stuff up. I don't know what kind of, like, file format that would export to. I know there was an effort to preserve Xbox Live indie game stuff, to download all of it, as much of it as possible.
Yeah. The robot White. The star of an obscure indie platformer. They're all video game heroes, by the way.
I gathered.
White was a humble machine called upon to save mankind from a rogue AI where he learned to think, feel, and even love. When his creator passed away, he secluded himself in the top of a massive skyscraper and has not been heard from since. What level did I beat Worms on? I feel like I kind of want to push myself a little harder.
Why not? If you're picking weapons that work for you, let's just go for it.
Yeah. Infiltrate the high security complex to disassemble White, the robotic fourth best hero of all time. I will say...
So I would almost expect these levels with, you know, the theming of, like, these being video game protagonists that are now the antagonists in this. Do you feel like the levels are tailored in any sort of way to, like, their personalities or to their genres?
I think it's more tailored to what they are.
I've noticed the theming as far as like the tile set, as far as this being like a high security office for a robot, and the worms getting some underground cavern, volcano, lava sort of gimmick. That makes enough sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like an extra mile thing would be tying it into, you know, making you do things that would be appropriate to that genre. Not to say, you know, I'm not to criticize this, obviously. This is a one-man effort, and it seems very commendable of that. It seems very slick and responsive, and like it totally hit what it wanted to hit on, but...
Folks, I said I really like this game, not I'm great at this game.
It reminds me of another indie game that I think I've talked about. I don't know if I've talked about it on stream. I've definitely talked to you about it before. Bedlam.
Yes.
I've
seen you play a little bit of it.
Which is a first-person shooter that takes you through different subgenres of first-person shooter, and also two different genres entirely. Like, you're doing classic arcade games, but from a first-person perspective. Very hard seems hard.
Yeah, Vero does not play around. Also, I skipped the death screen.
I want to run this past you and see what your take on this is. From Video Game King, just hit me that this is I want to be the guy. If the kid was the girl, and not the uncomfortable stick a bow on you for playing easy mode because that's her girl's way. A desire to be a respected hero expressing itself as violence against the icons the creator reveres. The protagonist's main only verbs being jump and gun.
I mean, I would say one of her major verbs is slow time. Because that is such a huge part of doing well at this game.
But we were just talking the other day about slow motion, about...
Yeah. I mean, I think theoretically you could play this game without doing slow motion if you really wanted to, but I kind of don't know why you would.
Because some folk are just sickos like me.
I know, I feel like slow-mo is like a lot of the fun of this. Also, it's really good for like course correcting and steering in ways that you might not otherwise be able to if you were not doing it in slow-mo. This weapon, I picked this because this is particularly good for the boss coming up, but it is very hard to aim with a Xbox controller.
But that's the way it's meant to be played on Xbox Live indie games.
I mean, that's true.
I just can't get over that little factoid. I'm sorry. It's awesome. It's just like I didn't expect that, because so much of what I unfairly think of Xbox Live indie games as being is like no Luca no, and it's games like that, just like goofy shits.
Baby Maker
this seems like
Extreme 2.
real, this seems like a real video game.
Well, I mean, the guy is now the lead designer for like, Nobody Saves the World in Guacamelee 2, so guy has chops.
Guacamelee is another franchise game title series. I don't know. I think there's a second one. Is there even a third one? Who knows?
No,
I'm very out of the loop. But it's a game I've certainly heard of and had interest in, but just never ever gotten around to.
It's pretty good. I only played the first one. I've not played the second one yet. And I should. See, now that's something we would probably want slow-mo right there. Like, maybe even you would want slow-mo.
If it's part and parcel to the design in such a way where there are moves that need slow motion in order to dodge them, attacks that need that nuance. I can't help but notice the P2 press start to join. This is simultaneous co-op.
Yes. Both games actually do have simultaneous co-op. Maybe at some point we could play that. Like, on stream or off, I think. I don't know if this is your sort of thing, because I don't know about you in bullet hells.
I'm not good at them.
Yeah.
I'd definitely be a net negative. I would definitely make it way harder for you. I assume they multiply the amount of enemies for 2 players.
I actually don't know, because I've never had a chance to play it multiplayer. Maybe we'll change that. Here or in Discord. Okay. No, I just need to get down there. Come on. Good enough.
Is this still on? Is this still on very hard?
Yes. See, now this really hurts him, and it goes through his shield. But man, aiming is really fucking hard.
Yeah, seems to be.
Oh, she said, "Just one more shot. I know we can do it." So that's one of our other. You were asking about her character traits. One of our other character traits that I didn't mention is that she considers you, the player, to be her friend.
She seems optimistic. She seems peppy.
Yeah. Oh, she's very happy about killing all these heroes. Yeah, if I was not using this laser rifle, then I would have to wait until that thing got out of the way for all these shots. Which is part of the reason why slow-mo is there, because you can get around it when he's going that fast. But using this just makes it easier. Alright, there we go. Level clear.
Another one bites the dust.
Was not even paying attention to my rank. Doesn't matter, I'm on very hard. I just want to beat it.
No, it's fair. You gotta live and learn.
Magic Meow says, but where's the bleeding? You missed, like, the second boss who just exploded in, like, a shower of blood.
There in the name, it's there in the game.
The racer Bunny Rocket. An agile, cunning woman who made a name for herself infiltrating illegal racing circuits and giving the prize money to charity. She still occasionally enters her self-made racing ship in charity events, but has begun hoarding the prize money for herself. Well, she needs to die.
Can't have that, yeah. How dare she have any sort of personal gain from this?
Crash the charity race between the Bullet Train and Bunny Rocket, the speedy third best hero of all time. Alright. Just wanted to check. Sound is okay, right? We got everything going?
Yeah, I tuned in.
Alright. Also making sure
it's ducking properly. Yeah.
Okay. Also, make sure we had game audio, because I did turn that on, right? Alright. New weapons. What have we not done yet? Katana's good for this level. So we'll do Katana and... I'm gonna regret this.
Yeah, you might as well show stuff off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. I think I'm fine.
You know what movie I saw for the first time this year?
What up?
Broken Arrow.
Oh, I was gonna say Big Money Rustlers by the Insane Clown Posse. They're Western.
That is true as well. You did showcase that in the Discord in October. That Discord, by the way, which you can access by going to this link here.
Death here.
Yeah, that seemed like a lot happening all at once. But yeah, I watched Broken Arrow for the first time. That's the John Travolta and Christian Slater vehicle, directed by John Woo, one of his American movies. And anyway, it comes to mind because there's the big climax happens on a train.
All right, so I'm getting shot by a lot of these bullets, but I have a tool for that, I believe. Not that one. Not that one.
Are you trying to reflect the bullets by hitting them with the katana?
Katana will reflect not the big bullets. I'm going to take another death, but katana will reflect not the big bullets, but the small ones. I'm going back to the guns.
It seems like there's a way. It seems like there's a method to it, but it seems tough.
For the katana?
Yeah.
Well, the method is A, don't go for those big ones like I was doing, because that's stupid. But, yeah, slow-mo is the easiest way to do it. But you do have to be pretty exact to get those shots.
$2012 in indie games.
Oh.
I'm still thinking about like the Xbox Live indie games, and they got me thinking about like Ouya, got me thinking about this whole indie thing and how it kind of took off around this time. That this game feels like it was part of that wave of indie games that sort of set out to make people think differently about what an indie game is, what constitutes, what qualifies as one, what the standards could be for one of those games. And it still has some of the, let's call them classic hallmarks of a 2010s indie game, in that, charming pixel art style, which isn't a negative. I used to, in my indie hating days as a real piece of shit, I used to be like, oh, pixel graphics are lazy. No, they're actually really hard, as it turns out.
Yes.
But, so it still has that, and, in the homages to other games, which is something that, indie games still kind of, they love their self-reference, love to acknowledge the history of the industry, and so on and so forth. Those aren't negatives. Those are just, tropes.
Observations, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were definitely very prevalent back in the 2012.
When this game came out. Yeah. But, at the same time, this is also very mechanically driven in a way that, indie games absolutely were at the time, but not like we pictured them being. Not the ones that, seem to be taking off. Ones that were very simple mechanically, almost like nothing going on with the mechanics, where this seems very execution-focused.
Yes. In
a way that would have probably pleased folk. That probably would have surprised them back in the day.
I think it was N Plus around the same time, too. I know the original N was earlier.
N Plus.
Which is the console version of N. You remember that game? It was like you're a ninja and you have to collect gold, and it was like just very
was that
difficult.
A Flash game? Was it like originally a Flash game at some point?
It was. Yes, started on Newgrounds.
vaguely familiar.
Okay,
Sure.
Back to homing rockets. The katana's not
Katana
very good in
wasn't
this
doing
fight.
it for you.
Not in this fight. Better options. Homing rockets, also not doing good in this fight. Turns out they're homing onto the part that's not vulnerable. Alright. We'll find it.
We'll find that perfect weapon.
Flamethrower. I was going to use this later, but...
That seems pretty effective. That seems like... you could definitely do some damage.
I need to play better.
Why start now?
Yeah, I know. It was either like make this a really short stream where I just run through it, or like add drama to it.
Gotta have stakes. And mistakes, for that matter.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like you said, even if you like a game, you know, I mean, you're doing pretty well. I couldn't even, like, begin to approach this in the capacity you are doing it.
Let me be clear. I'm not frustrated playing the game like this at all.
I know.
But I'm thinking about the stream.
No, I just mean in the sense of, like, this is clearly a challenging game. You're making it look fairly, you know, like, intuitive and easy. Even as you are dying, like, you know, you're taking, like, you know, understandable deaths and you're problem-solving it. And this is a game that I feel like I would probably bang my head against, like, and probably not make as much progress. Especially, like, you know, when it comes to the parry stuff. This is something I am incapable of.
Yeah. There's
As our wanted dead Let's Play will demonstrate to viewers.
Someone in chat, like, way towards the start of the stream, said, like, if you're a fan of action games, you should play this game. Yeah, I totally agree. Like,
yeah, I believe that was Jakut's.
Yeah. Base price for both of these games are $10, I believe.
They're probably cheaper right now on the sale. Yeah,
they're on sale right now on Steam, and like I said, if you have Xbox Live indie games, you can play it there. But also, it is pretty much on everything. It's also on Xbox and PlayStation as well, and Switch. Whoops. Well, damage boost into the next scene.
Took some damage to save some time, you know, no biggie.
This is another instance where, you know, slow down. Maybe you want to do that.
Is that the boss? Is that the lady?
Yeah. This is Bunny Rocket.
Why can't they just get along? Why can't we just be friends, you know?
Well, remember, she's like pocketing charity money for herself.
Yeah, but who isn't these days?
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, as they say, get that bag. I was thinking of... Sometimes I think of what is the worst sentence. And the other day I thought of one of them, which is, yeah, Lockheed Martin, get that bag.
Hey, there's girl bossing, you know?
Yeah.
You do not, in fact, have to hand it to Lockheed Martin. Video Game King says, she's just like me. I must kill her. Is Rin's inner monologue.
We're definitely gonna see that in the next game too. There's a character, I've shown you a particular character in the next game that you're gonna like. And you have liked them in the past.
You're gonna like him. I guarantee it.
And I'm gonna kill him.
Is that also a guarantee?
Bob Neras, are these bars supposed to be parodies of anybody? If they're supposed to be video game characters, not seeing it. They're not direct parodies.
It's what we call a style parody.
Yeah.
It's a parody of an archetype of a...
Yeah, like in the thing, they'll tell you, like, sometimes they'll tell you, like, what game they came from, but they are supposed to be video game heroes. Like the Army Battalion, a plucky, hive-minded alien life form that defended Earth against threats from outer space. With their legendary teamwork, overcome by loneliness, they retreated to a lab deep underground in an effort to engineer a way home. So, yeah, just
all been there before.
Lore.
Yeah.
All right. Battalion, hive-minded hero of the I might second best year of all time. I'm trying to remember what this stage is like. Regardless, we should see some new weapons. Let's go shotgun and remote mines.
Sure.
Remote mines aren't great.
Yeah, again, seems very situational, as you said.
So these do have a function where, if on Xbox at least, if you click in the right stick, they'll explode, and you can stick them to enemies.
You know, much like another great game, Alone in the Dark 2008. Now, I don't know if you've seen this game. You can stick...
Now, I don't need duct tape to do that here, though. I can freely do it. There's less... I mean, this game was made by one person. They couldn't have, like, the innovative inventory management of Alone in the Dark.
Not many people can, yeah.
No one has attempted it since then because it was too daunting. Well, you know what? That's not fair. Zombie with an I and no E at the end did go for that. Or I should say Zombie U.
This is the second time we've talked about Zombie U this week.
It is. I don't think we mentioned the other time on stream. Did we?
No, we did. It came up on stream. We were talking about it on in the last Alone in the Dark episode.
Oh. I know we talked about it recently. Also, this is definitely Mega Man 2.
Yeah.
2.
Your guess is as good as mine on which Mega Man. I would just say Mega Man. I remember inexplicably, you know my love of platformers.
Yes.
You know how platform games are my favorite genre. I did like a Mega Man 2 back in the day. I got some mileage out of that, and I ended up getting that... what was the comeback game? The Mega Man 9? Was that the one that came out on Wii? Yeah.
Which I like
And
that
getting
game.
moderately into that. So it goes to show that there are occasionally ones of these I will like. Those Mega Man X games, though, the ones that were like on SNES forward, too much. Excessive.
I was trying to do that without time dilation. I liked Mega Man 2 as a kid, but the only one I had was... Oh, this is a bad loadout for this one.
Yeah, change it up.
The only one I had was Mega Man 4, which I also really liked. That was one that I eventually learned how to speedrun. And I wasn't great at that.
Is there any penalty to switching weapons in the middle of a fight or anything like that? You can just do that freely at any moment in time?
Like, the penalty is it takes you out of the action for a bit and you have to menu for a while.
Sure. Okay.
I'm probably gonna take a death here.
Concede a life here, yeah.
I'll try not to... Anyway, I'll take the life loss.
I think we know what. I think I know what we have to do this time. We have to dodge the lasers. Did you get that, Charkie?
Yeah. All right. I wasn't paying attention. Wait. What?
Well, we're screwed.
I was out of.
How could you even avoid that? How could you not
Slow down
to that when the entire floor is?
Slow down and like triple dodge.
Video Game King asking if we ever played the Mega Man Zero games.
I wanted
Is that the
to.
one with Iris? Is that the one with?
No, that's Mega Man 4. That's Mega Man X4 rather.
Okay, but you played Zero in that.
You can, yeah. Mega Man Zero specifically is a DS game. Oh no, it was. I'm sorry, it was also on Game Boy Advance. I think. No, was it all on Game Boy Advance? Am I just wrong?
I wouldn't know that. They're just talking about how the plot synopsis of that, the high-level plot synopsis is that Zero joins a resistance group to fight against Mega Man X, who's become a fascist dictator.
Yes, that is correct. That I remember.
Do you remember... I wonder if I'm going to make some enemies here. That band called the Proto Men?
Yes, I do.
They had, like, one good song, Light Up the Night, and then everything else was, like, really blocky and overwrought, and then I watched the movie Streets of Fire, and I'm like, oh, they're just trying to do that. They're just trying to be the band from that, except like with video game references in it.
I know them, but I never listened to them because it was like don't think I would care about this music. And that's not even to say I don't like video game cover bands. It's just their particular brand of it. It just didn't appeal to me.
Sure, I'll go on the record and say that I fucking hate video game cover bands. I think they're the lamest shit in the universe. I don't think it could be more corny if you fucking dressed up as Korn and covered Korn, and did a Korn cover band, like the band Korn.
I can't think of any video game cover bands that I like, but I'm not against the idea of like a video game cover. Oh, you know what? I mean,
in the world of Rex Viper, I mean, that we peaked. Yeah, okay, I know they don't do video game covers anyway.
You know what? It's not a band, but fucking Richard EB. I really like his stuff.
Yeah, no, Richard EB, I bet him. He seems like a cool dude. And he's done some good guitar covers. I know he did that Undertale album. Yeah. That was pretty alright. But I'm talking like putting lyrics to video game music. I think that's where I draw the line. I think the second you are synopsisizing the plots of video games in your song is the second you need to just like stop. You need to just shut the fuck up. And
I think those mostly don't work. I'm not going to say they never work because, you know, maybe I haven't heard the good one that is out there. I will say, though, have you ever heard the Black Mages?
No.
They do like Final Fantasy stuff. They did.
I could have guessed that.
Yeah. So they did a song. They did a cover of. I think it was. Oh God! They did some cover of some Italian. They did some cover of a Final Fantasy X song that just has the most like ridiculous lyrics. And I need to find that for you sometime. Oh, also, the other good video game vocal thing is Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say Guilty Gear live in LA / live in NY.
Yeah, okay. No, that is... You got me there. That is the exception. I'm also seeing Video Hyadane, who is a classic composer. He did the OP for, what is it, Nichijou? He went on to do that, but he's got to start doing like video game cover songs. All right, I'll grant you that one, Video Game King. Soul Stuff asks, have you heard the new Dragon Force song about the Legend of Zelda? Fuck, no. I didn't even know that Dragon Force was still around. Do they still get like ridiculously drunk before their shows and fuck up all their solos live?
Wait, no, Dragon Force, the Legend of Zelda song. I thought that was System of a Down.
Shut up. You know, Serge just loves that Legend of Zelda. What can you say? I just remember Dragon Force used to... They did an appearance on G4. And like, whatever show, Tech Live show guys, the Screensaver, something like that. One of those fucking shows.
One of those shows, yes.
And they were just fucking wasted. And it was like the worst shredding. It was like a Shreds video come to life. This seems like a tough fight, by the way.
No, I was doing that poorly. That's what that... What? Fuck. All right,
people
come on,
referencing the System of a Down thing and the people asking, did we ever figure out who the band actually was? Yeah, there's Wang. I think Justin Wang did a video getting to the bottom of that, which of course means that they found someone who had figured it out already, then did a video relaying that. No shade on Wang, but
it was the bunny something bunny. All right, Last Hero. Ignore that. Last Hero, the dragon. The dragon. The eternal hero of countless legends. No one can remember exactly what heroic deeds it has performed, but regular tributes and sacrifices are made every day out of respect, admiration, or possibly fear.
Let's do it.
Yep, just taking a drink of water first. Alright, here we go. So, we have to sneak... How are we going to kill a giant dragon? You know, how would you kill a giant dragon?
Guns.
With guns, yes. But the outside seems like it would be hard, right? All the scales and stuff.
Sure.
It's time for a sneaking mission.
There's a stealth
Get swallowed by the giant dragon and remove his beating heart to become the best hero of all time. Alright, time to infiltrate. The perfect disguise. It's a giant apple.
Interesting. That's an interesting framing.
Uh-oh, I wasted a... Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that'll do you.
I wasted a dodge.
Can I read some poetry to you, by the way?
That's unusual as well, but go for it.
All right, this is just something. It's from the heart.
Oh fuck!
So
oh, fuck.
I won't be accepting any criticism on this.
Oh no, you're not going to read the thing I think you're going to read, are you?
Clean, black, and green.
Oh, no,
hold it in your
okay.
hand. This Mario land. In 1989, this came down the pipeline. Yeah, Mario's back, out to save that crazy Princess Daisy. By now, he's sick of this princess fake-out bullshit. We, creepy sprite, without Princess Peachy or Luigi, but he has super balls. Seriously, that's what they're called. The quality dropped off, like some kind of Mario knockoff. It clearly showed, man. Since when did turtles explode, man?
Is this a salty poem about Super Mario Land on the Game Boy?
These are Brental Floss lyrics.
Oh, okay. that is a name I have heard, but not a guy I have ever seen any of his stuff.
I'm very glad that Mega 64 won that Screw Attack challenge and earned the right to murder him, to execute him live on stage. That was a good day in history for the culture.
Oh, I need a different weapon for this. You know what? What if a chainsaw could break through these things?
Yeah, worth a shot. If you can just run forward with that, and yeah, there you go. That's the secret.
Okay. Here's the deal. Chainsaw and katana.
By Jove, I think you've got it.
Because those things explode into bullets, which we can then deflect with the katana. What's chat saying?
People were still talking about video game music, video game covers.
Oh, this is a different weapon situation.
Yeah, the chainsaw, it had its use.
I think we've gone through every weapon that I have unlocked, so...
Did you do the shotgun? I don't remember if you did the shotgun.
I can bring it back up. Bubble core, pilot unknown.
Now, I do have... I hate to do this to you, but I do have another poem that I've been working on.
Go for it. This isn't another Brental Floss one, right?
This is not Brental Floss. This is all me.
Good.
Like a Persocom, I'm teaching you. Like a Pokemon, I Pikachu. Like Mario and Peach, I'm never reaching you. Never reaching you. Like Gundam Seed, you're my destiny. Like Ed, I lust for your alchemy. I get a lightning kick from you just like Chun-Li. For Yuna and Zelda and Chi, I do anything. For Yui, I do anything. Yuri, the only one for me. Price so hard to make you see. Yuri, the only one for me. Priceless, like a PS3. You and I make Nintendo Wii. We'll together be, wow, level 70.
You and I make Nintendo Wii. Is this a water play song?
This is a Elite Street Boys song.
Elite Street Boys. I've never heard of that one.
Okay, you're gonna have to get educated later tonight in Discord. I'm sorry. Video Game King redeemed a drink up and said this one's for me. I mean, I'll join you.
I was gonna use flame. Maybe flamethrower would be best here.
Old stuff says this video game Dracula flow is nuts. Thank you, I try. So yeah, anyone who just does like those kinds of covers of video game music can just I guess it's such a relic of the past in my mind, but it probably still exists.
We smoking 12 Banjo Kazooies.
Anyway, I'm sorry to tangent like that, but this seems tough again. This seems like...
I think it says on the Steam page, or also in the press kit maybe, that stage layouts change based on inventory. Like, not necessarily layouts, but like obstacles. Like, you might face different things.
Or difficulty levels that remix set pieces, enemy placement, and boss patterns is the only note on that. So when you do different difficulties, it rearranges. The stage is more than just like a increased number of enemies. It seems like it would affect, you know. layouts, design to some capacity, to some extent.
All right, I have very little life left. I have even less life left. Like to clear this part. Exit's right there. There we go. Oh, this takes us to the boss. Oh, you know what? The one place where akimbo pistols is useful.
Ooh.
And, fuck it, I'll go revolver.
I decided to look at Ian Campbell's Twitter, by the way. They seem they seem like they have good opinions on things. Not a joke, that's genuine. They seem to be on the right side of current issues going on in the world.
Ah, gotcha.
And they also one credit cleared Time Crisis 5 for the first time.
Oh yeah, I thought it was showing you that.
So, yeah, so congratulations to you, Ian. That's Time Crisis game one credit clears. Though that's tough business. I can do the first one. That's it.
Okay, now akimbo pistols are useful. Fuck. So those walls will close in on you, and we cannot play on easy mode for a while. Those walls will close in on you. You have to shoot them to drive them back.
Sure.
Now, there's a better way to do that, but I figured I'd at least give like akimbo pistols their one opportunity.
For one time to shine.
You know
is
what?
the revolver the most high damaging weapon in your arsenal?
I don't think it is. It's probably the... Actually, you know what? I don't know which one is the most high damaging.
It's probably something like the mines, and that, you know, the unwieldliness is counteracted by the potential for damage, or so on and so forth. You're not switching to the pistols for this, or?
I'd rather use better weapons. Because I need the katana to knock those things back.
Sure.
Fuck. I think the laser rifle might be my best weapon in terms of,
Your best option for this?
Yeah.
Now, Charkie, I don't mean to alarm you, but I did open up Steam. I was looking around Steam.
Oops, shit.
And Amazing Frog is on sale for 25% off.
I noticed.
Top of my wish list for God knows how many years.
It's been on my wish list fucking forever. Still in early access.
One of these days they'll finish it. And they'll update the Ouya version too while they're at it, right? Surely. It's
gotta get, you know, console parity. So something to note here is that I can repel those purple bullets as well. Fuck. Fuck! God. Okay, well, I picked very hard for a reason.
Can you decrease the difficulty without having to restart the whole thing, or is that just not a...
Cannot. Have to start the level over.
Alright. Well, let's keep banging our head against it.
Yeah. This is totally doable. I'm... stream jitters, that's what you said, right?
Show jitters, yeah. Same difference. You just focus on focusing, and I'll.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the purple in the light brown. I'm thinking like peanut butter jelly sandwich. That's what I'm getting for.
That's what I have right next to me for my between games stream snack.
I should really get in on the stream snack idea.
It's not peanut butter and jelly. It's not. I mean, it's not. It is peanut butter and jelly, but it's not grape jelly because I hate grape jelly.
I prefer a blueberry jelly, to be sure.
Unfortunately, Uncrustables only comes in strawberry or grape. At least for
I talked about going to a county fair and having a deep fried Uncrustable and it being the most like it tasting great, but being the messiest thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Fuck! 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 Got it.
There we go.
Whew.
That's the whole level. You don't get to see the dragon explode from the outside.
Let me hide us. And so, as the beast tumbles through the sky, the last of your heroes is no more. The wheat has been cut from the chaff. The world has a new hero, a true hero. Me!
Oh boy.
Wait, hey! I'm the one who killed the dragon. It was me! The Bubble Core and I have defeated your best. I will broadcast my induction into the Hall of Heroes tonight, so the world can properly celebrate its new hero, or true hero. Who was that, and how could everyone believe him? I'm the hero. Me! So that brings us to our last level, the idiot.
Ah?
A mysterious young man who rose from a nobody to the greatest hero of all time, seemingly overnight. Using his self-made death machines called the Cores, which are all the mid-bosses we've been fighting the whole time, he claims to have defeated the world's greatest champions and will be the first inductee to the Hall of Heroes in over 100 years.
We can't stand for that.
Yeah, he's super gotta die. Mission 7. Fight through the Hall of Heroes and take out that blonde idiot to claim your title.
A noble mission.
Alright, what do I want for this level? Definitely not the laser. I'll go shotgun pistol for now.
So how many times, I know you said that you play this at least once a year, but like how many hours would you say cumulatively you've put into this game and brushing up on it?
I don't know. I mean, definitely double digits. I honestly could not give you a correct estimate, and I don't think, like, if I were to look at my Steam hours, I don't think that's correct.
So, like, what it occurs to me is that you like games that require a degree of mastery.
Yes.
That are, like, you know, I don't want to say complex in terms of, like, you know, that's, you know, you like rhythm games as well, which I wouldn't call complex. I would just say that they're very, like, precise, and that practicing that precision is a big part of it, which is not something I've ever... There's very few games that I've, like, really felt committed to, like, mastering.
Yeah, but I like stuff like this, like Onishambara and rhythm games. What was the other one I was trying to pull off the top of my head? Don't remember. But yeah, I like games that... Oh, Dark Souls. Like all the Soulsborne kind of games. Yep. And now, ladies and gents, we take you live to the Hall of Heroes, which is seeing its first inductee in over 100 years. That's him! He killed them all! Boo! Boo! We don't want a new hero. We hate you! Hey, who's that? Is she going to stop him? Kick his butt! We hate him! Go,
well, it's really
go!
backfired on this dude.
You can do it! You jerk, how dare you take credit for my kills? You aren't even a character in this game. What? I'm in the entire opening cutscene. Nobody looks at those. Now give me my title. Only I am fit to be the hero of this world. Now die! Probably could have dodged that. Anyway, boss rush time. Not only a boss rush, but 2 of every boss. So what was I going to say? Oh,
certainly one way to double up on it. Yeah.
So, as clumsy as I feel like I am in general, I do like games that require a lot of precision and a lot of kind of mastering the techniques involved with it.
I just like being able to immediately intuit a game.
That's also why I've been playing this game and getting ready to eventually stream it, called Hammer of Virtue.
Yeah.
It got featured on Wicked Wiz's channel as like one of his worst games on Steam series, but I really like it. I think worst game on Steam is very unfair to that game. It does have jank, but I love jank.
Of course.
It is very funny how its physics work. And B, when I saw him play it, first of all, I saw the physics and I was like, I gotta play this. But also the fact that it heavily involves a parry system, and I was like, oh, I'm invested. Ah, fuck. But yeah, I think like Liza P is like my game of the year.
Liza P, you said?
Yeah. Speaking of like games that require a lot of execution and have a parry system. I
remember you playing a lot of that, yeah.
I am not keeping this life. I'm gonna have to buy that game eventually, because I have it on Game Pass. Fuck. It tripped me up. I have it on Game Pass, and games on Game Pass do not stick around.
Yeah, those are fleeting.
Fuck.
To be sure.
Thankfully, if you lose a life during the boss rush, you just come back to that boss.
Good. I was gonna ask. I was worried for a minute there.
No, we're not gonna be here all night on this one. Oh, I just realized before I got to this mission, I probably could have bought some of the last
upgrades in the shop.
Upgrades. Then again, I don't know if I need to pay money to get the last weapon unlock or not. Maybe it's best I didn't. Yeah, I got this.
You got it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Also, the Steam sale. Just kind of talking about future stream plans. The Steam sale is going to help with that. I think a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to not buy too much and not splurge. Yeah. Because I don't necessarily know if I can at the current juncture, but...
I was thinking about saying the name of one of them, but like, no, I'll keep it... I'll not
keep
spoil
it
it in
for now.
advance.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm going to play it after this stream in the Discord, but I won't say it on stream for now. 4 of these things. Fuck.
4 is a few.
That's just the Deadpool quote again. Don't need to.
You pushed the wrong button is a Deadpool quote?
Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I just think of that one video that got featured on Best of the Worst, where it's the devil inside the computer, and like the MS Paint devil says, "You have pushed the wrong button."
Oh no, that's not it. That's a good reference, but that's that is definitely a reference to when Deadpool loses, he yells out, "You pushed the wrong button."
Gotcha.
I feel like there's probably a better... This is actually also a situation where akimbo would have worked, but the laser pistol does so much damage to these things. Or laser rifle. This guy, though... what do I want to use? Remote mines? Just for the hell of it? That doesn't do that much damage.
Not enough, anyway.
Yeah, that's... I'm gonna pay a life tax, I think, on this boss. Yeah, go for it. Alright. Different weapon. Honestly, that's probably good. It's hard to aim, but it is a really good weapon.
It's usually the trade-off.
I know it would be better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, sorry if I'm not talking bunch. But,
no, I'm giving you time
difficult.
to concentrate. I'm trying not to.
You can talk. You can talk. That's not going to distract me. Me talking is going to distract me.
I'm also at the point where it's like, you know, we've seen these bosses. It's just, you know, a boss rush, as you said.
Yeah. Well, this is the last one. Oh, as soon as I get rid of that last one. There we go. Greatest hero of all time.
Doesn't seem so great to me.
Oh, I should probably have Katana for this one.
And show this guy who's boss, damn it.
Alright, I can't use bullets right now because he's using the Katana.
Do you have to match him weapon for weapon, or
you don't actually. If he can still deflect your Katana. But he will bring out your weapons in his own versions of them.
Is this the character you play as in co-op?
I think it is, but I can't tell you for sure because I've never done co-op in this game. You know what? That would make sense.
I wonder if that means that it'd culminate in a battle against your friend.
Yeah, you know what? I honestly don't know. I'll have to see, because I'm just kind of guessing.
No, I'm looking at a video now. Co-op is a recolor of Rin.
Oh, okay. Oh, I feel bad because I'm putting a lot of effort in this fight. And I think if I take one hit, I'm going to lose it.
Well, don't get hit.
Oh, he's in katana mode.
Is this just time to not attack? Is this time to kill time?
Yeah, he... Wait for it? Okay. Level
By
clear.
Jove, you
That's
got
the game.
It.
All right.
Let's see that ending.
She did it. She beat him. Hooray for Rin. We love you. We love you. Bizarro, I love you. Bizarro. We love you. Gosh, I did it. I don't know what to say. Except, you know, I guess, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I always wanted to be a hero, but I never really had a chance until you came along. I'm sorry. I don't think I'll ever be able to do something like that for you. Just promise me, whatever dreams you have, you'll do your best to make them come true too. Just like you did for me.
Alright, I'm gonna commit to my dream of killing every hero.
Thank you! Good luck! I hope we meet again someday soon. And we have our credits where we get to see all the enemies' names.
Very good. I think it's time that you hit that button, by the way. Or no, you'd have to L-tab out of OBS.
You know what? I'll hit the button at the end of the stream.
Okay, very good. You could have bound it to a hotkey if we were thinking. You could have.
Yeah.
I should make note of that.
Oh, and we get stats for the bosses too.
It's very good to know that Guppy was 11-4. Really filling out the deets.
Their hobbies are proliferating.
Same.
Funny Roquette.
It's a lot of cosmetic expenses.
Someone help me balance my budget. My family is dying. That seemed way bigger than 50 feet while we were inside of them.
I'm glad they got the honorable mention there. There's so many cores that go. unacknowledged.
Let's hear it for the chorus folk. Thanks for playing.
I feel like I shouldn't be seeing this. I didn't play it. None of these people at home watching played it.
Best player of all time, you.
Aw.
Yeah, Rin's sweet.
You know, for a murdering psychopath, yeah.
Yep. We all have our hobbies. Anyway, so, now that we finished that, I'm curious now if I can visit the shop. Okay, no. I think it's just unlocked. I'm just gonna jump into level real quick and see if we got that last weapon. Yeah, we did. So the last weapon is white.
Well, we gotta see what this is.
Oh, you know what this is? I know what this weapon is. This weapon, so, changes based on your style rank. So right now it's D rank, and so it's going to be weaker. But if we can get this
as you
up
maintain
to...
style, if you can get S, you can...
Yeah. See if I can at least get to C. It's a little hard to build up meter in, like, the first room. There. So yeah, now it's green and fires faster and does more damage. Okay, that's cool. I believe that weapon's in the sequel, too.
Unfortunately, there's no way for us to play the sequel right now. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to take it on faith and...
Well, just to show off real quick, we have arcade mode, which is can you beat the game in one life? Challenge mode, where you can basically pick any boss you want. Up to 3 of them. Get different arenas, different difficulties, and just see if you can beat them. So if I wanted to do, say, Gibby Stew, and let's say Gibby Stew, in the dragon's stomach on very hard, it's going to be a bad time.
You don't say. Yeah, I don't know if this game was designed necessarily for this kind of conflict, for this kind of battle.
I mean, it's only the natural escalation of this whole thing. I'm not that good, though. Alright, and the last thing...
Yeah, I did notice a character select.
Yeah, character select. And you unlock these as you beat difficulty. So you get Rin, Robo-Rin, who charges her energy bar by dodging attacks and damaging enemies. White Mark 1.
Yeah.
White Mark 1 becomes increasingly more powerful as style gauge is raised. And
so like
the rival, who needs energy to shoot and dodge, but it recharges very quickly. So yeah, as this, I think this is beating it normal. This is beat it on hard, and this is beat it on very hard. I think.
That sounds about right. That sounds like how they would do it, probably.
But that is Bleed. And I highly recommend that game. If that looked fun to you, I assure you, it is fun. We're gonna move on to the second game, though. I think we can manage. I think I can pull out the second game from the ether for us to play. But we're going to take a short break.
Good time for it. Take a quick intermission, and we'll reconvene in just a little bit.
So I will be right back. Cass, I don't know if you want to also step away for a minute, or if you want to entertain the crowd with some more poetry.
Yeah, sure. I can probably do some poetry. I can probably do some reading.
All right, so I will be right back.
Awesome. All right. Let me see. Now, I know I did Brentalfloss. I know I did Leet Street Boys. Who am I missing here? Who else is a fucking hack who does video game cover songs? I know there's a few. Historically, there have been several. Yeah, maybe I'll do something else. Maybe I won't read any poetry for right now. Maybe I'll just talk to the people out there. Let's see here. Bleed frequently goes on sale for about $1 and has an active community on Discord. Says Jakoots. At least I'd love for it to become active, but we're as active as we can be. So I'm picking up now that you came here because of Bleed, that you saw us playing in the category, and that you are someone who is something of an expert who's trying to maintain community. I more power to you for that. It's cool when a game can be out for a while, right, and still have a community around it, especially if it's like a single player game or like, you know, a run based game, because it's not always the ones you assume would get that sort of, you know, I always associate with like multiplayer games with like, you know, decades old games that people are still trying to prop up in some capacity. So it's good that it exists for, and I guess it is like a skill based game. It's almost like a speed run sort of thing, I imagine. The same sort of appeal of total mechanical mastery, or what have you. Sequel should be huge for speedrunning, you say? Suppose we'll find out shortly. But, you know, as long as you're here, as long as other people are here, I'll say thank you for watching today. Thank you for tuning in. I know we're getting back to it. I know this is probably the halfway point. Maybe a little less, a little more than halfway. I don't know how long Bleed 2 is. But C&C Stream Factory, we're picking out games that we like. And I certainly have a few in mind that I would like to get to in time. But, you know, in all things in due time. We're not quitting this streaming thing anytime soon. We're keeping it going. I will say I have been thinking about trying to get back into writing again. Would personally recommend using keyboard and mouse for Bleed 2. I don't believe that's an option for Charkie, unfortunately, in their current situation, in their current living situation. But I'm assuming they've had plenty of practice with keyboard anyhow. So hopefully they'll be able to demonstrate that. I'm thinking, like, I've got to get back on the horse with the writing stuff. It's been nearly 8 months since I last wrote an article. Last one I wrote was Crazy Bus, and that was like an April Fool's Day article, which of course meant it was a real article, a genuine article and whatnot. But I feel like I should probably get another article up before April Fool's of next year. Maybe I just come back and do another April Fool's article. Maybe I just come back on April 1st, post an article. And that can be part of the joke.
Speaking of coming back, hello.
Howdy. I was recommended you play this game with mouse and keyboard, by the way.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do that. I don't have the setup for it. But, I mean, I've beaten this game before on Gamepad. Actually, the first time I played this game was I never ended up getting it on Steam, just because of money things. But it ended up getting on sale, like on a really steep sale on the Switch. So I beat it on Switch of all things.
Huh.
And that's where I spent most of my time with it. But I eventually got the version of it that's on itch.io. So that's what I'm playing. So I have no like time spent on this in terms of like knowing how much time I have spent on this, because you know, an executable file doesn't do that.
Sure. You can always get Launchbox.
At some point I will. So let me go ahead and launch up Bleed 2. Oh, let me switch the game capture to Bleed 2. It's going to do that thing again where the game just starts. And Jack could suggest playing on hard for B2, which, yeah, probably will. Bleed 2 is harder. It's also my favorite.
Now, I think you did cut out for a second there as the game was launching. You said it was your favorite.
Yeah,
I think what you meant to say, yeah.
So this is a cleared save file, so the rival's on the menu there. We'll find out why by the end of the game. But I wanted to bring up from the start that the first game, the soundtrack was also done by Ian Campbell, and I like it. This soundtrack fucking rules for Bleed 2. Because this game was not made just by Ian Campbell. Sound design was done by Junice Turner. He's done sound design for games like Badlands, Scourgebringer, and Cult of the Lamb. And the soundtrack was done by Jukio Kallio. He's worked on the soundtracks for Nuclear Throne, Fall Guys, Dave the Diver, Luftrausers, Minute, a bunch of other stuff too. So
now, you do have to stream this out to me, by the way.
Yes. So, you can get that started. Somewhere. Where's the button? There it is.
You have pushed the wrong button.
I hope this is gonna do it correctly.
If not all... Oh, there we go. We got it.
Alright, you see the game proper?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, actually, I need Alt so I can get OBS back up. There we go. Alright. So let's just jump in.
Let's just jump right in.
So, actually, you can see here that this game added an endless mode, which is randomly generated levels.
Ah.
But it still has the arcade, where you can have to do the entire game on one life, and the challenge mode, which does straight up say here, it is not balanced.
Just for fun.
Oh, rather, without us on the screen, it says totally unbalanced. I'm gonna have to be more on the ball for this game in particular with our avatars.
Best of luck.
Alright. So, yeah, I've beaten this game on hard, haven't done any levels on very hard, so I'm just gonna do hard for this one, if you'll excuse me.
I think that is understandable and acceptable.
So, there's a new for action gamers who are used to the Blood, new to the Blood series, for action gamers who want a fair but tough challenge, and for skill players who are intimately familiar with Bleed 2. So, just gonna go with hard. Oh, alright. I thought there was gonna be dialogue. Oh, before we leave, let's take a look at the loadout. Okay, so we not only have weapons, but we have different air dodges.
Ooh.
Now, I'm going to stick with the default, but I will show them in this room. So, instead of a dual pistol, now our default is katana pistols. So, we can alt-fire to slash. So, basically, remember how I was playing most of the game with pistol and katana because that's like the best combo? They just made it a combo now. But if you want, you can switch to just pistols, which alt-fire lets you go akimbo. You can switch to katana by itself, which alt-fire lets you slash while swiping. We're going to take a look at it real quick. Rocket launcher. Laser rifle, again. And chainsaw, and I have not done very hard yet. So, unfortunately, I don't actually know what that one is.
Only one way to find out.
Deals incredible damage the more the blade covers an enemy. Okay, so let's just see. Oh, wait. I only selected one weapon. There. So, air dodge. Default air dodge is the classic. Then we get the flying kick, slow and cumbersome, but deals damage and passes through enemies. And the teleport, which is pass unharmed through all damage at expensive energy. We'll just take a look at this real quick. Whoops. Done. Okay. So,
I was gonna ask if you have a preference, or if they're just like situational, if they're on a per level sort of.
My preference is always the default, but this is dive kick. It's still a triple move. Let's see. Like load out real quick. Yeah, because that one's slow, so I don't particularly like that. And then teleport. Also, we'll switch to just to show these off. LB and X. Oh, I can do that in. I forgot about that. Okay, so this is the whoops, teleport, but it does take our time energy. So let's see, switch weapons. Huh. Did I fuck up somewhere?
In the keybinds are the buttons.
Oh, I only selected. Oh, okay, I see. I see where I fucked up. I see where I'm fucking up. Done. You have to select done. Yeah. Okay, so that, and then you can switch to akimbo anytime you want. And then with the katana. Yeah, that's new. And that's, I think, your general, like, reflect as usual.
I think like a larger radius, a more effective radius for that.
Rocket launcher and laser rifle. Just gonna go through all of these now so I can just pick whatever during stages. No alt fire. Laser rifle, which if I don't use it, charges. And then loadout again. Chainsaw. Which, you know a chainsaw.
No, I can explain this concept to me.
Oh, well, the chainsaw deals incredible damage the more the blade covers an enemy.
Oh, that explains it fully. I now understand.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with that, and that's always a good combo for this game. All right, and there's one more thing, one new button, which is the A button on the Xbox controller. Taunt. So
Very good.
You can do that in the middle of combat to increase your rating a little bit.
You said that was the A button?
On Xbox controller, yeah.
So one of the primary face buttons.
You're not supposed to be doing that all the time. Like, all other controls are on the shoulders. Okay. Oh, I should let these guys attack. Actually, I should... yeah. I cannot reflect yellow bullets anymore.
Is this Ikaruga rules where...
I can reflect purple. So, I think... if I were the one making this game, I would assume player 1 can reflect purple and player 2 can reflect yellow.
Ah. I see where you're going with that.
But I'm not the one making this game, and I have never had a chance to play multiplayer, so that's a guess. But also, now that there are much bigger bullets that are purple, I can shoot back the purple bullets too. Like that.
I wonder what the Useful Dead billboard, was that a reference to something? Is that a...
Oh, well, I can't go back and look at it.
You can't go back. You can never go back. Does this feel different? Aside from like the different techniques, the different options you have, does the core gameplay feel?
I don't know if it's my imagination, but it feels a little tighter to me. But in general, it's still the same. Fuck.
Now, I'm assuming this one didn't come out on Xbox Live Indie Games, could be that it was a 2018 release. I'm assuming it skipped that one.
2017 to be specific, but yeah, I don't know. It skipped it for some reason. I guess felt like it was big time, didn't need to be on the indie games on Xbox.
Yeah, not acknowledging your roots. Yeah, February 8th, 2017. Apologies.
So this one plays around a lot more with reflecting and parrying bullets.
That seems to be where the stylish action subgenre, if you want to call it that. Also, a big part of that is reflecting, is turning enemies' attacks against them and so forth.
Also, if you notice there, he did a charge attack, but his charge attack was purple, which means I could parry the entire boss.
Ah.
So yeah, if it's glowing purple, that just means, hey, you can parry this. I'm gonna duck us down for a little bit here.
Curious to see why. Oh, it's just because the enemy's on the bottom of the screen, or
Yeah. A lot of the action in this particular thing is on the bottom of the screen.
Jakub saying parries are huge here. Just make sure it moves towards you before you parry.
Yeah. Like I said, I have played this game through like multiple times. I just never tried it on very hard for whatever reason. Or you know what? Maybe I have, and that was on the Switch version because I got this one like I got the PC version like 2 years ago.
I was gonna say, this already feels way more bullet helly than the previous game.
Here we go. This is also a game where it's very easy to just stick with this weapon. Because the dual pistol katana combo is like so good.
I mean, why would you need anything more than just dual pistols, if you ask me? It's
also, we finally get like an actual rating per stage, like an overall.
I was only a C. You had an S rank at a certain. Is this because of the damage?
No, yeah. Look at how like my total was. So,
I mean, it felt like you were doing pretty good there.
Well, thank you, but not good enough. The enemy arrived without warning, carving a trail of darkness and despair across the globe. For days, we called to our hero for help. Some even began to lose hope. But Rin, the greatest hero of all time, has finally risen to defend us. I remember doing that parry. At last, our enemy is forced to flee. At last, they hold fear in their hearts. But fear is not enough, and Rin is in pursuit. We will keep you updated through every moment of the action. Stay tuned.
Yeah, it feels like they're putting more narrative in this rather than just having like the level descriptions and like the vague idea of what you're doing and who you're fighting. I guess, you know, you change with the times a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, this was, again, like there was a 5-year gap between the first game and this one. So definitely a lot of time to, you know, improve, work on stuff.
Too, yeah.
So I know that he's working at Ian Campbell, I know he's working at Drinkbox Studios now, and he's lead developer there. So that's a big job. But I do hope that someday, you know, this series comes back, because I would love to see a Bleed 3. This is probably, if I had to make a list of his sort of like favorite video games, Bleed 2, top 20.
Sure.
I think this would be a top 20 game. I didn't want to say top 10 because I don't think it's...
Give us 1 through 9.
Oh, God. No, can't. Not all
Hammer
fighting.
Virtue. It's...
Yeah, Boo Bunny Plague.
Alright, for me, obviously, We Love Katamari, number 1. Number 2, Drake of the 99 Dragons. That's it.
I did see, I think like right before I had to step away for the break, I saw someone in chat, I would look over to get the exact name, but circumstances, said that Bleed 2, not Bleed 2 necessarily, but Bleed still has an active Discord community, which, that's interesting. That
would be
sounds good. Yeah.
You're thinking about it? You're thinking about joining that?
Thinking about it. I generally don't get too involved in Discord communities unless I'm like have some sort of role in it. Oh, here's our friend, by the way.
He's driving the truck.
Yep. Nah, I could have parried that.
Bob Enator asks, have you ever played Noitu Love 2?
Yes, I have. I played both of them. They're also very good. I also played the other game that guy made, one of the other games that guy made, Iconoclast.
Oh, that's the same guy?
Yeah, which I honestly didn't like which I honestly didn't like as much. But, that's kind of a weird story, actually, was was in an art server at one point, years ago. And people were talking about Iconoclast. And there's one guy, these two guys actually, who just really fucking love that game. And I was saying like, oh yeah, I loved Noite Love, both of those, but never played that one. And the guy was like, hey, you know what? I have a sketch I want you to draw. You draw it, I'll just buy you the game. I was like, you know what?
There
sure.
you go. Fair trade.
Although he did specify I have to play the game. So I did. Weird thing to specify, though. Uh-oh.
Interesting escalation here. Can't help but notice you've not done any damage to this person yet.
Now I can.
Oh, there we go.
It's him. He hates her more than he hates me.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
So the gimmick here is she's going to do attacks, and if they hit the truck, then he won't be able to open her up. So as long as I can protect him from one attack, then I get a shot at him. Shot at her.
One more?
One more. What's she going for? Okay. Easy.
I was gonna say, for the lady who appeared in the intro, she's kind of a pushover.
I have a feeling we'll see her again.
I don't know if you need to blow up the rest of the truck there. I feel like you could have just, you know, saved some material, save some cost.
Driven to desperation, the enemy missed it. Something she may have eventually prevailed if not for that blonde guy's assistance. Why is he helping Rin? Is it a desperate bid for redemption? Well, nothing he can ever do will make the world forgive him. Nothing! Regardless, they seem to have joined forces and are pursuing the enemy into the sky. Don't touch that dial.
This has got to be a boon to ratings for this TV station.
Yeah. Jacket says that this game has an online co-op beta. Beta, huh? Interesting. Well, okay, here's the question, though. I have the itch.io version, so I don't know if that has the beta or if it's just Steam. Oh, fuck. There's you.
There we
you
go.
are.
That'll do it, partner. Now, why can't she be your ally in this? Why can't she be your partner?
You know what? I don't have a good reason. It's not like they give her an explanation. You know that she's a lone cowboy. Cowgirl.
Lone wolf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
It's also unfortunate to say she's a bit of a pushover. All right, bye.
Aw, they really gave her no chance to survive that one.
Yep.
She really ain't coming back for the squeakle. Jakut's noting that the beta thing is only on Steam.
Okay, yeah.
Though the itch zip does have a file for the speedrun version of the game. It's mostly used for freestyle runs, since it allows you to swap your ability without pausing.
I thought about learning to speedrun the original game, but kind of decided against it. 'Cause I think it's just a little too technical for me. I definitely could not see myself speedrunning this game. This one is super technical.
Yeah, the only games I used to speedrun back in the day were Resident Evil, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Doom. Jakutsu is biting back against you. The sequel is much less technical than the first 2BH, or so
Really?
they claim.
I mean, if you're talking about like switching between movement styles on the fly, that's more technical to me. But you know what? I don't know, because I do know enough about speedrunning, having done some myself, that what you might think is more difficult is not necessarily the most difficult thing. But yeah, I think I've mentioned what little speedrunning I've done before. Like I was trying to learn West Dorado for a little bit. I was getting like I think somewhere in the range of 5-minute times.
I remember this.
Let's see what else. There was Boss Rush in Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. A little hard to think while doing this. Also was kind of learning Boss Rush in the other Bloodstained games, the like demake style ones.
Yeah, those are ones I mostly remember seeing you play in the Discord.
Zool. I know how to speedrun Zool for the Master System. Which is true, I do know how to speedrun Zool for the Master System.
I remember that night. You ever speedrun Clue? One of the game adaptations of Clue?
I'm familiar with that speedrun, but I have not done it myself. I also did like single segment speedrun, like single level speedruns for Derek the Death Fin. If anyone remembers that game at all. Which, if you don't, I don't blame you.
I feel like my game that I should probably learn how to speedrun, so I can at least set a precedent, maybe get other people to do a better job of it than me, is Drake of the 99 Dragons. I feel like that game has untapped speedrun potential. There's movement tech in that game that people could master theoretically. That's a long way down for you. Oh, no, there you go.
You might prefer games...
asking... Oh, you go.
No, you go.
But Bob Nader was just asking, have we ever seen the King's Bounty speedrun? I don't even know what a King's Bounty is.
Oh, that's a... I want to say that's like a strategy RPG kind of thing. It has a... I can't really describe in words how like the battle system works, but it's like on a grid board. But anyway, story. And then I'll say what I was going to say about speedrunning. It seems the enemy warship is overflowing with the greatest villains of all time. All who dropped like evil flies in the face of our mighty hero. Even that blonde guy proved his worth, paying the ultimate price to assist our champion.
Wait, he died?
His ship got blown up. Perhaps he was misjudged. History will never forget the brave sacrifice of whatever his name was. Now our hero must board the warship and take it down alone. But she won't be truly alone if we continue to watch and believe. Folks, thanks for watching and believing in Rin. Anyway, yeah, so I find like speedrunning fun. It goes back to that thing we were talking about earlier of like I like things that require like a lot of like practice and kind of mastery of technique. But...
I like routing. I like routing well enough, I think, is my thing. If I had to like have a counterpoint to that, not like a counter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my side of the coin, for what it's worth, is that I just like, you know, optimizing in terms of like, all right, this is the item you want, this is the route you want to take, this is the thing you need to follow at this point, etc. Rather than just like reflexive, I guess.
I like knowing what the route is, and then like learning what the route is, and then like saying, okay, I want to learn how to do that. But I think the major thing is that I prefer to speedrun games that, or I only really speedrun games that are very, very short to speedrun. Like, Westerado is like, a good Westerado speedrun is like 4 minutes. Or something along those lines.
To look out for your Yu-Gi-Oh run, your 24-hour Yu-Gi-Oh run coming soon. Or however fucking long that one game is.
Not entirely luck-based, even though the Westerado speedrun is a lot of luck. But yeah, I like executing, but also doing short ones because, man, I don't think I would have it in me to learn like a very long speedrun.
Nah, I can't imagine that either. Like an hour, maybe 2 hours tops.
Oh no, that's too much for me.
Myself. That's too much.
I think like 10 minutes tops for me.
I guess with Resident Evil, it felt natural because, you know, you can beat those games like with minimum efforts in like sub 2 hours if you just know what you're doing, and then getting that time beneath an hour or close to it or what have you is like the, you know, the journey is the mastery of technique at a certain point, and like having it, like knowing at the back of your hand. And then stuff like Perfect Dark and GoldenEye, obviously, where there's a lot of like, you know, first level Perfect Dark, you can like go out of bounds in the first level to complete the first level in like 6 seconds or something crazy like that.
I was actually thinking recently I might do a couple speedrun things for the stream, but it wouldn't be a speedrun stream. Y'all will find out what I mean when it happens. Assuming it happens.
Yeah, I think I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Anything out of chat?
Yeah, there's a few messages. I was actually just about to read those. Someone describing King's Bounty. It was like a Heroes and Might and Magic clone. Then Bob discussing the technicals of the speedrun, which is that you can beat the game in a single second if you randomly happen to start on a fortunate tile.
Nice.
Pro Striker 92 says this one is more a Mega Man X like game, but Gravity Circuit is worth looking at. They love that game.
Gravity Circuit. I never heard of that one.
I feel like I have so many blind spots for someone who, you know, is ostensibly who positions themselves as an expert on video games. That said, obviously, like my niche is bad games, is historically bad games, so I feel like I get some sort of a pass.
By the way, Boss Rush.
Ah, I see. And some
every
classic,
boss from
some old friends.
Every boss from the first game. What was I going to say? Oh, speaking of like beating it in 1 second, for King's Bounty, one of my favorite speedruns. I have referenced this before on here, I know, but Two Worlds is, I think, maybe the funniest speedrun I've ever seen. Just conceptually, like what happens, and thinking about the fact that that is how the game works. Like, that is one of the reasons why I describe that game as being programmed by magical realism.
Yeah, some people use C++, some people use Visual Basic. I use magical realism when I design my games. Thank you very much. That's one we gotta do on stream at some point. I don't care how many episodes we gotta commit to for that one. Two Worlds, coming soon.
This is a boss where I'd really want to use the mouse. That is not possible.
You're seeing why, you're understanding why at this point.
No, I know why. Like, this was a boss I was not looking forward to. Like, normally I just take this boss slow, all things considered. I don't remember how far back you have to go if you die to any one of these phases.
Hopefully you start off at that phase, the phase that you died on. Jakut saying another cool thing about Bleed 2 is you can equip as many weapons as you want instead of only the 2 that you do in Bleed 1. Good job, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, I was worried I was going to crash into you at the last second.
Yeah, I do remember there's that LBX thing, but I don't know. Personally, I'm just so used to doing the Bleed 1 thing. I'm just like switching out my weapons when I'm ready to switch out. Just focusing on 2 of them.
circle back around to a point I was making before. I feel like I have so many blind spots when it comes to video games. I mean, it's unreasonable to expect someone to keep up with everything across every genre and every system and so on and so forth. Especially now with like just the glut of games that exist, like on a digital storefronts and everything in between itch.io and Steam. But yeah, I feel like there's just like, even like going back in time, like this decade, the 2010s, I feel like I was like, had my eyes closed for so much of this.
Maybe not every boss, level clear. Oh, you can use D-pad on the control. Huh. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I forgot to show what my score was. It was C. Our hero endured meager oxygen and fiery calamity to board the enemy warship.
Good they acknowledge the lack of oxygen up there.
By all scientific accounts, she should be dead. Her will must be too strong to fall against even these odds. That's why we jettison the statues of old heroes into space. Who needs them now that we have Rin? Even amid the chaos, she found time for public service, thoroughly disposing of the wreckage. Truly the greatest hero of all time. Stay with us as we follow her into the heart of the enemy vessel, to destroy it once and for all.
Does Rin get any perks for being like the greatest hero of all time? Does that come with like a paycheck?
She got a katana and 2 guns at the same time.
I guess what more do you need?
You said you could change it with the... thank you for the raid. Orange, right? Yeah, D-pad is just moving left and right. Unless... yeah, D-pad just moves left and right.
Maybe it has to be bound. Maybe it has to be configured in some sort of way.
Yeah, possibly. Oh, that's right. Also, she got like a plaque that said greatest hero of all time.
All right, fair enough then. Oh, there's an option in the settings to enable D-pad switching.
Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, wait, can't do those.
Those are yellow. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's purple, hit it with the
Caterpal.
Caterpal. Yeah, there we go. No need to workshop that one. We got there in one.
Yeah. Yellow Devil vibes.
Shut up.
It's what it is, because it's going to keep doing that. It switches sides, but at first it sends out like all the parts of it you have to dodge.
If it's purple, twist its nurple, says Magic Meows.
Good. No, I didn't do it at the right time. Wait, I have an idea. That wasn't the idea.
It worked, though, for whatever it's worth.
That's the idea.
LB, press X to switch weapons in game, by the way. It's at the top of the screen.
Ah, fuck. My idea was to chainsaw it, like, as it... damn it. As it comes at me.
That did a little bit of damage.
Yeah. It's something. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Alright, doing that boss again.
First death of the run, I think.
There's one more shot. I know we can do it. I didn't have time to hide us.
That's
yeah,
fine.
I think that is the first death.
Fun fact, chainsaw does like 70% less damage while slowing down time.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, maybe chainsaw isn't the best then. I aimed that wrong. There we go. That means, as I am wont to do, I am going to stick with the... Oh, wait a minute. Are you ready for the second death of the run?
Come on, don't sell yourself short. You got this.
There we go.
See?
Well, also remember, health doesn't carry. But okay, you're right. I didn't get hit. Zero G,
you're
by
gonna
the way.
checkpoint anyway, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Zero Jet's interesting. That changes things, to be sure.
Yeah, this game does a lot more than the first one. Again, I love the first one, but this game does, like, a lot more. And, you know, that's to be expected. It's, the sequel to a game. Took 5 years for the sequel to come out. Had a lot of experience under his belt. So it's a very good sequel.
It iterates on the original. It establishes its own identity, does some new things while still holding true to the formula established. What more can you ask for in a squeakquel?
I think the only thing is, in my mind, maybe there could have been more reason to use other weapons besides katana pistol combo. Like, granted, it's not. Whoops.
Well, that
It's
seems
not
like
like
a
other
personal
weapons are-
comfort thing.
Yeah.
It seems like other people might have like preferences and might just gravitate towards those. You
That's
know?
true. It just seems to me like this is such a good combo. This is such a good weapon by itself that.
It's like I said, you can't beat guns akimbo. You can't beat dual pistols. It's unstoppable.
Still, though, I still find it very fun. And I said, like, I'm sure that there are definitely reasons to pick up other weapons that I'm just not aware of. Because I don't know, like, all the tech of this game or anything.
I'm trying to remember the quote from Hard Boiled, how precisely it goes. It's something to the effect of, give a man a gun, he thinks he's Superman. Give him two, and he thinks he's God. That's probably exactly it. I probably got it in one.
It's your life motto. Oh, you know what would be a good weapon here? Instead of just idly shooting at him with the pistols and waiting for him to open up. You know what? Okay. There we go. Good reason to use this. Granted, the reason I don't use this more often is because I play games with a controller.
Does it push you back when you shoot it? Or is that just you moving backwards when you shoot it?
It does not push me back.
Okay.
I'm just always moving. Okay. Alright, ignore what I said about there needs to be more incentive to use different weapons. Damn it. Someday I'll have a desk.
We'll get there.
Yep, there's a new... I don't know if I've said the problem on this stream why I have stopped working on the desk, but there is a mold issue that needs to be solved first. The desk is now on low priority.
Yeah, understandably so.
Oh, fuck. Living in the South, folks. I mean, mold happens everywhere, but...
But especially...
Yeah. You can also see, going back to the iteration on things, You can also see, like, I haven't been taunting at all. You can also see things from the original game that they have, like, reworked into, like, new experiences, basically. Like, that escape back there, like, we saw a lot of that in the other games, but, like, now there was, like, moving, scenery. This is, another recycle of a boss. This is, like, Battalion, but, like, a new version of Battalion. That previous boss fight was basically the Dragon's Heart, but again, different. Like, the ability to actually parry those walls instead of just slowly push them back. You know, not to say that this game doesn't do anything original, but that it's taking a lot of the stuff that you remember from the older game and, like, killing me with it.
Video Game King saying the story's a bit more threadbare, though. I mean, that's wrong. This has an actual narrative in it beyond.
Yeah,
it's literally the opposite. It's literally more.
This has
one was threadbare.
Like, one had, like, background info on, like, characters or the bosses that you could read that just were, like, a little bit of context. But this one has, like, a plot that's running through it. So, yeah, I kind of get it if you could say there's not as much background lore as the first game had, but there's more active story in this one. I don't need to slow time to do that. That's not that hard.
Is this like the penultimate stage, or how close would you say we are?
I think we're kind of close to the end. I don't know if this is the penultimate stage, but...
Everything's blowing up around you. That's usually end of game. But I guess things have been blowing up around you this whole game. So,
yep.
You know.
Things tend to blow up around Rin.
Looks like your friend's still alive. Your rival's still alive.
To nobody's surprise, our hero prevailed, bringing the invasion to its knees. To everyone's surprise, that blonde guy is still alive, breaking Rin's fall in an unnecessary but undeniably cool fashion. The day is all but won, but the enemy leader has challenged our hero to a public exhibition match for her title of hero and the fate of the world. Reports show that the stadium is filled with Valentine's allies and sympathizers. It's time to show them what a real hero looks like.
Yeah, I did suspect this lady would come back when you said at the beginning that you'll be seeing her again.
Oh, you're gonna use taunt. I'm gonna use taunt. Oh, crowd didn't like that. Ah! Oh, fuck. Nope. I mean, they did say that it's Valentine supporters in the crowd, so if you taunt, they're gonna attack you. And if she taunts, they're gonna attack you.
Yeah, that parses. This is an interesting gimmick for this stage. Make it like a pro wrestling match with a crowd in attendance.
I feel like more wrestling matches and boxing matches should have, like, the players' life, the opponents or the contestants' life bars visible, like you see on the background there on the screen.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know how many hit points George Foreman has.
I'm assuming that you don't get a timer. You don't get to get back up if you get knocked out.
No, because she's gonna kill me. Nope, you can't do that one.
For those interested, by the way,
Okay.
Bleed 2 is $5 on Steam currently. Bleed 1 is $2.50. Both together are $6.
I highly recommend it. If this looks at all fun to you, yes. Like I said earlier, it is fun.
Going down for the second time. Clearly, she's not going to get back up a third time. Rule of threes and all that. And, you know, also literal rule of 3 knockouts, and you're done.
Yeah. I have a feeling that she does not care about the rules. Yeah. I definitely got to play through this game. I mean, I am going to play through this game again. I play through this game a lot. But I definitely got to play through it again when I get a mouse and keyboard. So I can see what good aiming is like.
Now, it can be revelatory.
Taunt. Fuck. Ah, hell. Ooh, I don't want to die. This is a long boss fight.
And maybe you'll get back up.
Oh, it's a last man standing match. That's what it is.
That's very rude for getting back up again. Oh!
The crowd's turned on her.
On the one hand, good for you. On the other hand...
Well...
Good luck.
Bernie's taunt.
Ah! Okay, I get it. I see how that works.
I said Wern, I get Rin. I keep thinking...
It's an odd name.
Yeah. Didn't lose a life.
Well played. And up one more time. And the roses kill you if you get hit by if they land on you.
It becomes a real bullet hell kind of situation. Hey, B rank.
Stop applauding me! Stop celebrating! You're killing me! Take a victory lap.
Yeah. Through raw style and fighting spirit, our hero won the respect of a hostile crowd. Being used as projectiles may have also contributed to their change of heart. Regardless, the enemy leader is defeated. The world is safe once again. We can all return to our daily lives and begin celebrations. None more deserving than our hero herself. I guess this concludes our special broadcast.
Ratings are about to go in the toilet.
Now back to the weather. Hey, what gives? Do you have to ruin the endings of all my games? We have unfinished business. I demand a resolution to our battle. Do we have to do it right now? Can't we just play video games or something? Nonsense! We must face in combat, and if I prevail, you will recognize me as your equal and a hero. Fine. And if I win, you have to stop being an idiot and play video games with me. I accept your terms!
Better pay for the damages.
That too. Maybe I should have mentioned those terms first. That would have been important. I usually find it hard to know, like, where I'm safe with that move.
So does this boss appear on every difficulty level? Is this, like, gated behind anything, or is this just, like, part of the narrative of the game?
This is part of the narrative.
Okay.
Oh, he didn't do the thing where I could parry his head.
It's cute that there are fireworks in the background.
Oh, yeah.
If only they knew their hero was still fighting.
Oh, there's a firework shaped like her head, too.
Yes.
Again, this from the first game, although this part's new. Yeah, okay, yeah, I probably should have thought about that.
Probably should have jumped over that.
Yeah.
You know what just occurred to me? This lady never reloads.
Nope, doesn't need to.
Well, personally, my suspension of disbelief, I'm going to have to suspend right now. This is not the grounded, realistic game I thought it was. And I will not be buying it.
Look at that. Look at her so happy there.
Alright, you turned me around.
Taunt. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, if you look at my intro to C&C Stream Factory, yeah, Rin taunting is part of it.
Yeah, that features prominently. Does that mean that I'll play all the games in my intro sooner rather than later? Probably not.
Yep, same. I'm probably not going to do Gungrave Overdose, but I do like that game. It's that was... Yeah, I had no excuse for fucking that.
Maybe I will play Perfect Dark on stream at some point. I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
I mean, there's that PC version.
Magic Meows is asking, will you do Gungrave Gore before you do Gungrave Overdose?
I hate Gungrave Gore. I thought that game was awful. That's being harsh, but I really did not like it.
They can't all be winners.
Also, absolutely wouldn't play Gore because Gungrave Gore does not have a cool button.
What's even the fucking point?
You ever play Kirby Adventure?
Kirby Adventure? Is that the NES Kirby game, or...? Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, this is basically one of those bosses from that game.
Ah.
The mole digger thing. Oh, don't destroy that block. Okay. I gotta tell you, I don't think I'm beating this final level without taking a death.
You've done fairly well to get this far. I think it's okay. I think the people will accept.
Yes. I'll never be able to show my face around the Bleed Discord community. If I can't beat this level without a death on hard. Not even very hard.
Like you're not even a real gamer.
He won't do it when he's purple.
How many times have I heard that before?
I love parrying games, and I love a game that lets you just like say like, yeah, I'm gonna parry this entire person or this entire robot, like Metal Gear Rising.
Again, you have sold yourself short in your ability to clear things.
I said on this whole level.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I should have expected this, huh?
So he has the dive kick thing that I've
That's
not
one
been
for
using.
the fight night. That's one for fight night when we get around to it.
Oh, you know what else I fucking love in a game? Fucking Dead Man's Volley. I suck at it.
Another game, Windjammers. Got me thinking.
I see, now I'm thinking that Dead Man's Volley is just like a series of parries. There we go. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, there's a demo for a game that just came out called The Proxy. It's on the demo's on Steam now. I saw about it on Twitter, but also Skill Up covered it recently in the weekly roundup. And that's a game that's like sword fighting and like a lot of parrying. They're like parrying everything. And I saw a video of it where a fucking nuke goes off, and if you time it right, you can parry the nuke. Like, not the physical nuke, the explosion of the nuke. You just, like, cleave it in two.
As you do.
That, as Skillip would say on that show, that game is on my fucking radar. I'd actually have the demo. I was thinking of playing it later. Maybe not tonight,
why not?
because there's something else I wanted to check out tonight, but maybe tonight. Because we usually do, like, after shows over in the Discord. Usually, not all the time, but... And when I say after show, I mean we just hang out and play video games, which is what we do most nights over there. But
yeah, as it turns out.
The difference is we call it an after show when we have a show that just happened.
Yeah, we call it a post-show party or what, a post-show hang. Oh, 1 pixel health left.
Game clear.
Well done, Charkie.
Thank you. Jacket says GG, and people in the chat are saying GG in general, so thank you. Woohoo! We did it! We make one heck of a team, huh? I'm really glad you came back. I couldn't have done it without you. And besides, things are just more fun when you're around. You know, I always wanted to be a hero, because they're stylish and have so many fans. But maybe what's even better than fans is friends.
Aww.
Thank you for everything. It's great knowing there's someone I can have so much fun with. Come back and play anytime, okay? I'll always be here. And don't worry about me. I think I made a new friend to play with while you're gone.
That's right, it's the cowpoke.
Yep.
It's coming back. They're dating now.
And credits. Top 15 games of all time. I'm upgrading it a little bit now they played it again. And some additional credits, because, you know, he did not work alone on this one.
No, that's fair. That's understandable.
Yeah. Definitely a bigger game in terms of, maybe not in terms of length, but, you know, all the, like, new music and stuff. And voice acting, yeah.
I'm just looking over the credits. Don't mind me. Is that the cutting room floor? No, TCAF. AF, not RF.
Yeah. And once again, we get our enemy roll call. Barfing kitties.
I mean, that's just kitties in general, right? All cats are barfers, as far as I'm concerned. You know, we're not getting the bios. We don't know how tall these characters are.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, there's a lot of bosses, so that'd be a lot of info. This would be like a terabyte game if they had to put all that like height and weight info.
Clearly. Did you know the artist behind the OST?
Here's your stats.
Kylo. Oh, there we are. Red Sprite and the Blue Jets. Gun for hire, damn right. The artist behind this OST also made a Bleed 2 remix of the DuckTales Moon theme.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Is that a Lego guy?
It's Rex Rocket. He's a human? Weakness, friendship. Oh, they're both heroes now. Current activity, city repair. Oh, Rex Rocket is from an indie game called Rex Rocket. So it's a cameo.
Yeah, there were a few different cameos. I noticed a few of the characters were from other games.
And then once you beat the game, normally it's just a Rin on the couch, and now it is Rin and the Rival.
And the Rival, yeah.
Okay, so before we go, or wrap this one up, let's just check out some of the extra heroes, because there's mutators.
Good on them calling them mutators. Bring it back.
So if you want, you can turn on infinite health, infinite energy, you can draw hitboxes, draw a title. Wait, let me hide us so that people can read this. Infinite health, infinite energy, draw hitboxes, draw tiles, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Turn off level intro and outro cutscenes. Enemies release bullets on death.
Martyrdom from Call of Duty.
All bullets are teeny tiny. Bullets cannot be reflected. Play the entire game in zero gravity, and make the game, especially the bosses, nonsensically hard. We also have not options. So let's go to. I think we're the best one to be for this. Yeah, let's go to endless. I think. No, that's actually not what I wanted. Well, let's take a look at endless real quick, just to see what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Also, I left mutators on by accident, so leaderboards and stuff are inactive. I'm not going to play much of this. I'll just do like a couple more seconds, but just so you can see what the vibe.
Sure, generic backgrounds, but you know, if it's an endless mode, you can't always account for tiles and how they'll behave. Right. It's easier to do it this way.
Yeah. Also, I guess stylistically, since it's supposed to be like, I guess randomly generated, maybe like a danger room or something kind of vibe to it. Anyway, first of all, I'm going to turn off mutators before I forget about that.
And then I want to see what characters are in this game, too.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get to. I didn't remember where characters live.
Top of the screen.
Thank you. Alright, so we have Rin, we have the Rival, who uses a yellow sword. So yeah, if you play as the Rival, you can reflect yellow bullets. But he faces an even mix of yellow, purple enemies, attacks regardless of difficulty. The Clawed Girl from They Bleed Pixels gains energy and extra air, dodges by damaging enemies, hold taunt to trade energy for health, can reflect all attacks. White, it gains power as the style meter raises, same as the first game, heals by absorbing bullets, press Alt fire, trades health for supercharged air dash. And Valentine, her shield absorbs enemy fire, press slow time to switch its color, with enough energy, unleash a devastating laser beam by pressing jump. And I don't know who's up very hard.
One of these days you'll find out.
One of these I will find out, or someone in the chat will say what it is, and I will find out. Wait, is it Shoot Sheet? No, it's not Shoot See Me. I saw that in the credits as a cameo, but I think that was probably like one of the enemies, and I just like glazed over it. Yeah, I don't know what favorite is, unfortunately, but someday I will find out.
Oh, Carmen says it's Mario. It's Mario from the Super Mario Bros.
It's Mario.
franchise.
Yeah, the indie game Super Mario. But that is Bleed 2. That is the Bleed duology as it stands. I hope a third game happens someday. That would be nice. I understand if it doesn't because, like I said, he's working as a lead designer over at Drinkbox now, or Ian Campbell is. But if that, I've said this multiple times, but if that looks at all fun to you, it is on sale right now on Steam. It's $2 or something like that for the first one, $5 for the second, and a combined $7, as it would be, for both together. I highly recommend both of these games, especially the second one, but the first one's also just excellent. And now that I'm in OBS and I am not confined to that window, victory.
Well earned, I'd say.
And I did beat 2 games.
Yeah, of course. You gotta play it twice, yeah.
And hey, I actually managed, except for the bit at the beginning, I actually managed to successfully run a stream.
There we go. I mean, you ran 2 successfully in the past, too.
I mean, with you here. That bit's new.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then there'll be more to come, of course, in
chat,
future.
You know what? All of you for sticking around. So, to end
No, they don't deserve it. We deserve it. Only us. Only we get the victory, Charkie. You can't just give it away like candy.
Okay, okay. Folks. Folks, thank you for joining us tonight. This was a lot of fun. Especially because I was playing Bleed. I think that was the fun part. I was playing a very fun game. That made it very fun. It was very fun to hang with my friend Cass. Once again.
It's very fun to hang with my friend Charkie.
Yeah.
To play video games on the couch, much like the protagonist of Bleed.
Mm-hmm.
Purple Hair Girl, as I recall her name being.
And fun, of course, to hang out with all of you watching. Thank you for showing up. I was so into it, I didn't even get to make a Folks It's September joke. But I think that'll do it for us tonight. I don't know when we're going to be at. We're definitely going to be back for sure on Saturday. We got plans for Saturday.
Yes.
Past that, I don't know what the rest of this month entails for us. We got more Bad Game Hall of Fame. We're going to finish Alone in the Dark. We're about at the end. We got more C&C Stream Factory coming. But I think for now, we might as well set up a raid.
Yeah,
Cass,
I can take care of that. Yeah, let's see here. Looks like I'm gonna give it to Sarduce, who is playing Wild Guns, which is a Western game of some variety, I believe.
But it is an SNES game.
It might be the PC version.
Okay.
With any luck, it's the PC version. I'm gonna pretend it's the PC version so I don't accidentally endorse an SNES game.
Gotcha. Well, go check that out, and check us out next time we stream. Again, for sure on Saturday. And until then, good night, everybody.
Bye!